Hi ladies and gentlemen, this is Chet here from Avion Technology here in the Chicagoland area. Who are we? We are a digital agency that helps other companies scale up. So this week I'm going to talk about the logistics business and how you can create a secure website for your logistics company, right? So just to give you a little bit of a context, this week, the past couple of weeks, I've been taking one industry and then going in detail for each one of those. So last week I did a series on photography studios. What are like 5 amazing photography studio websites out there. 5 amazing photography studio websites out there. What are the 5 depth and functionalities that a photography studio needs? What are the ways in which a photography studio can do digital marketing? So I touched upon photography studios. Last week I did medical health practices. This week I am going to talk about logistics business. Right? We know logistics is a very competitive business. We also know it's a mission critical business. And both of these make sure that you guys are at the receiving end of hacking activity, nefarious actors all the time. So what are some of the things that you can do for your website as a logistics company? Well, number one, have SSL. That's a no-brainer. Right? You need an SSL certificate. Secure socket layer basically encrypts all the packages which are going in and going out and coming in from the website. Right? No brainer. Number 2, have SHA256 encryption for all your passwords, so that if anyone does manage to get to the database, they can't do anything about it because all the passwords and sensitive information is encrypted. Right? That's something else you want to do. SHA256, by the way, that's a military grade encryption. So if you do that, your site is going to be really secure. And we have done that here at Avion. Third, activate HTTP strict transport security. Right. Number 4, employ secure cookies. We all know temporary internet files, right? So a lot of malware actually comes through cookies. I don't know if any one of you knows cross-site scripting. But it's a JavaScript based kind of hacking method where essentially what happens is that it kind of goes on to the JavaScript of one website, and if someone clicks on that, it actually takes them to another website. Okay, it's probably one of the 3 to 5 highest ways in which someone gets hacked. Okay. Next is harden your web server processes. So simple thing, right? Like for example, have a firewall for your web server, right? Make sure there's some mirroring happening so that even if you lose any data, you can get that and recover that data within 24 hours. Next is defending and denial of service, right? So this is when a hacker sends so much data your way that the site kind of just collapses. That's a DDoS attack. It's a DOS attack, right? Denial of service attack. So the best way you can actually protect against a denial of service attack is by monitoring your server and seeing if there's any out of the ordinary server calls coming from any geography or any unexpected server traffic coming from somewhere. And the best way you can do that is actually have a CDN, right? A content delivery network. Content delivery network actually is the best way to protect you against a DOS attack. Next is guarantee input validation in forms. Again, this is protection against a SQL injection. So most of the times a SQL injection happens through a form, and the way that happens is that because the input is not sanitized, or mostly it's because the input is not sanitized, right? So someone puts in a string in the form and presses enter, and it goes and hits the database, and it goes and inserts values into the database. So make sure that all your input parameters are sanitized. Next is penetration testing. Make sure that you employ someone to do penetration testing at least once a year, both for your website and your app, because you always want to know your vulnerabilities, right? It's okay to know that there are vulnerabilities. but it's worse if you're delusional about it, right? Because most of the time cyber warfare happens when there's a certain amount of delusion. Oh, my site is safe, nothing's going to happen to me, no. There's folks who are working against you right now. And sometimes I have folks who say, oh, but I'm a small company, right? So why would someone attack me? Well, they're not trying to get to you. They're trying to get to your server. And through that server, they can get to other people's websites and other people's data, especially if you're a VPS or a shared hosting. So having all these best practices is not just good for your business, it's also good for everyone's business, right? Because if one kind of loose cannon, one unprotected website can go and wreck it for everyone. And the last part is actually have awareness about cybersecurity. So the way I look at it is that cybersecurity is here to stay, right? Cyber warfare is going to be here for a long, long time. Now the question is whether we want to be in denial or whether we want to take this battle head on, right? And I think the only way forward is to take this battle head on, to acknowledge that this threat exists and then go ahead with it. So talk to your IT professional, tell them that you saw this video, ask them, if you're a logistics company, ask them, how have you done the preparation for our website or our app or whatever's out there on your server? And have a continuous monitoring policy. So every month, sit down. It's almost like a doctor or a lawyer or a CPA, right? You gotta do these visits once a quarter, a couple of times a year. You need to audit your system, right? I usually recommend a monthly awareness day when everyone kind of just tests the system, but that's because we are a software company. But if you're not a software company, I think you should at least spend a quarter a few hours every quarter just looking at your operational capabilities. It's called the security posture in the cybersecurity world. So you should analyze, check out the security posture of your business, and that'll throw you a couple of very interesting data points. And then you improve on those, right? So the first time, like they say, the first time no one's an expert. But you get some data, great. Then you improve on that. Keep on improving. And then after a year, couple of years, that's when you kind of hit that peak cadence, right? So if you are a small business or a logistics company, let us know. Here at Avion, like I said, we've helped a lot of logistics businesses develop websites, develop apps, develop real-time tracking solutions. I'm more than happy to discuss your solution with you. If you like this content, press like. If you want to subscribe, press subscribe. These are my coordinates. If you want to give me a shout, please do give me a shout. I would love to discuss your project in more detail. Thanks so much. Chet here from Avion. Thanks again and have a wonderful day. Bye.